you come to gatherings like this, there's kind of things that bring people together. Closer to my mouth like this. Thank you. Thank you, darling. I've gotten real good at that. Louis, you might get there too. There's basically, in my opinion, there's kind of two things that define people. There's the places that you've been, and the places your family talks about, and the people you hang out with. So in Louis's family, a lot of you may not know this. I know most of kind of my side of things probably don't, but the Gabriels are from Castelleros. I probably didn't say that right, but it's a small island between Greece and Turkey, really pretty close to Turkey, almost to Turkey. And the Traganises come from a very small village in Perista in mainland Greece. And there's only about, I understand from Greg Treganis that there's only about 200 people there, and they're all related. So, and he tells me now that there's a bridge across from one side of Greece to the other. It's going to be a big tourist destination, so you should all go. Obviously, you know from Gus, they're from the Bronx. And those of you that don't know that the Treganis family has had a flower shop in the Bronx 103 years, Vic, is that right? This is the first weekend it has ever been closed. All the Treganises are here tonight in 103 years. And then if you've never been to New City, it's a beautiful place. I kind of heard about it, but when I went there, it really is. It's right on the Hudson there, and it's a great spot. Maria's family, the Italians are always at first, come from a small village north of Rome in Abruzzi called Avezzano. And then basically, her parents met, and Alfred and Ann both grew up in Steubenville, Ohio, which is famous for Jimmy the Greek, Dean the Martin, and the Cocomelli family. They moved to California, to Arcadia, California, and had the 5 children that are all here tonight. My family's from Whitstable, England, and even Stuart is from Whitstable, England, one of the few people here. My father was born in Whitstable. My brother Mark and I were both born in England. My mother is from a small village. I think there's only about 14 people there, and I think they're all named O'Caron, and they're called Calafilis in Galway Bay in Ireland. And then we moved to California, and Maria and Chris grew up in Seattle. But San Luis Obispo has always been our little spot for our family. Pauline and I met here. My parents fell in love with the place. They had a ranch very similar to this. 2 of my brothers live here now, and it's just a wonderful place, and we're so glad that Maria and Louis decided to have their wedding here. But of course, more important than places, people. Steve and Lola, obviously very loving parents, and they just took Pauline and I in. And then when we first visited, we met at the flower shop in the Bronx, and immediately they took us to their childhood haunts down to Arthur Avenue to the pork shop. They don't call it a sausage shop; it's called the pork shop. And Louis grew up around, as Gus said, tremendous family in the Bronx. And then Louis's friends from Brown and Providence, New York, Los Angeles. We're glad you're all here. On the Godfrey side of the family, you've probably seen there's 3 other guys that look an awful lot like me. And my father passed away here 3 months ago, but one of the things he wanted was to have his English relatives. He was an Englishman from the word go, obviously. And anyway, he wanted to bring all of his cousins here and our cousins here, so they're here with us. Pauline and I have our lifelong friends here, 3 of them, Russ, Randy, and Bruce, all went to our wedding. Maria has her friends from high school here, Andrea, Amy, and others. I'm sure I'm going to forget someone. College, which for Maria was kind of never-ending. She had her friend Briggs here from Oregon, her friend Taryn from the year in Spain of Beer and Boys, and her friends from San Francisco, Jay Sloan, and others that are here, and then the DC friends, Whitney, Victoria, Sarah, and the Los Angeles crowd, and we welcome you all here. I don't know a lot of the Los Angeles people. I'm sorry here. I want to get a couple things here. The Cocamelli family. I have never figured out why the Italian blood is so strong. My kids, from the minute they were about 6 years old, and someone asked them, what nationality are you? They'd say Italian. My daughter is 3/4 English, but she says she's Italian. Her Uncle Alan has been teasing her since she was born, and I saw him teasing her earlier. John Allen, his son, was like a third child in my house. The three kids grew up together as young children. It was wonderful to have him with us. Stephanie, Pauline's sister, Maria's aunt, gave Maria her sense of style and more. Her Aunt Tina gave Maria a sense of the arts and more. But the best part is my father-in-law, Ann and Alfred. Alfred, we made it. I asked for Pauline's hand. Alfred was flat in his back after his first heart attack. He was about 50. He's had 3 since. Ann's had a few strokes. A lot of family discussions over the years, but Maria was always my father-in-law's favorite. So I'd like to have a toast to my father-in-law. He made it. He made it here. It was a big goal in his life. Ann and Alfred, thank you. I'm so glad you made it. A few people that didn't make it. Lewis's grandmother was very close to her. When I visited downstairs at the house there, you could just tell that it was very special. My mother and father, it was a very special place for them. And my friend Roger that we lost a couple weeks ago. And then our friends that just couldn't make it here. Business, Maria's Pilates instructor, she was a little busy, she couldn't make it. I learned today that Pilates instructors have a very intimate relationship with you. My wife agreed. I don't know whether I want to start Pilates or not. I'm trying to decide. My father met Lou before I did, and so I called my father up and said, "So what's Lou like?" And he said, "Vince, he's comfortable in his own skin." And I think that's probably one of the more ultimate compliments you can have. It took me till I was about 55 to get comfortable in my own skin, so that's good. Maria, I can't say anything more than we just love you. So I'd like to, first of all, toast all of you and the couple. Maria and I speak Spanish to each other, and so I'd like to have a Spanish toast. If we can have it. La vida, which means life, amor, love, amigos, friends, niños, children, y mucho tiempo para gustarlos, which means a lot of time to enjoy it all. Now, Louis, to the dance floor, and a few somersaults for those girls, or wherever they are. They want you back up there. Thank you all for coming.
Next up, we'll have the cake cutting in a few minutes. Until then, enjoy.
I thought that was a while.
Yeah, I guess he went downstairs.